back on the television. Both these players 10 and 2. Cinderglade is where Ross is going to start. For Ally, it's Prismatic Vista. I imagine a basic forest and Old Noble Hierarch. Little acceleration. 18 for Ross. Sakura Tribe Elder will allow Ross to continue to ramp. We'll head back over to Ally Warfield here in just a moment.
And this is the type of matchup from Warfield's side. You would really love to keep it at 19 or above. 18 is the magic number for lowering Merriam's requirements to go off. And I believe if she's tapping the talisman, that's the magic number down to 18.
Well, it is a talisman into a Noble Hierarch, into an Ancient Stirrings, which will allow her to find a Cavern of Souls. But this will also allow her to really ramp into Karn plus Mycosynth Lattice or Liquid Metal Coating, and that ends the game. So, Liquid Metal Coating doesn't end the game. It slows the game down.
It's hard to play through.
Yes.
It's very hard to play through.
I'm out in there for Ross off the Sakura Tribe Elder. We head back over to Merriam. This is a stomping ground. That is the Sakura Tribe Elder. We're going to pass the turn back over to Ally Warfield. Warfield will untap. She will take a draw. It's her third turn of the game. Sword of Feast and Famine is the draw. And it strikes me as a really good one.
Oh, yeah. It's got the right types, right colors.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what else she's working with here, but I do see a copy of Karn the Great Creator, too. So this is going to get a little bit interesting. It's going to be Karn that she'd like to cast. Going to tick on down to 3. It could be time for the coding. It's going to be Witchbane Orb. Interesting.
See if Ross has any workarounds for this in a game 1 setting. I mean, obviously you can attack with Primeval Titan.
Of course.
Saying, can you get it off the battlefield?
This is a Stirrings. I think Ross is going to sacrifice the Sakura Tribe Elder. He will. The workaround here for Ross is Primeval Titan being a 6/6 and Field of the Dead making zombies, by the way. Because Scapeshift obviously isn't going to work, though Scapeshift can bulldoze the creatures. And I don't imagine Ross has anything to find with a Summoner's Pact in the main deck to blow up an artifact.
Nope.
That would surprise me if he did. Reclamation Sage, typically the card that players are finding. So Merriam's going to draw a card.
Yeah, the ultimate on Chandra Torture Defiance does not play through it.
And it looks like Merriam may have come up a little bit short of Titan this turn anyway. So all of this may be for naught. Looks like he's got a couple copies of Search Tomorrow and Scapeshift in hand, but no 6-land, no Titan to play. And that means he's in some serious trouble because the inevitability here of Karn means that we could very quickly see a Mycosynth Lattice join the fray. Merriam's going to hardcast the Search Tomorrow. There's a certain land he's thinking about grabbing, not sure which one. He might be trying to optimize for Field of the Dead right now. So he's going to get a forest. So he's got snow-covered mountain, forest, stomping ground, Cinderglade. But again, I'm not sure any of this really matters at this stage of things because I think we are either going to see Witchbane Orb or we're going to see Mycosynth Lattice this turn. So there's the Orb.
And Warfield even has a path in hand to cover Primeval Titan as well.
So here's a minus once again on the Karn. So there's the Lattice. And now that'll be an attack here for 2. So we're going to head back over to Merriam. Valakut triggers aren't going to do much of anything. Now, if you're Ross, I guess the question you have to ask yourself is, can I Field of the Dead in this spot?
Well, the other line's been cut off, so...
Yeah, your Scapeshift kill you line's gone, right? But there is maybe the ability to, say, Scapeshift, get Valakut, blow up some of these knuckleheads to cut down your mana, because you can target Karn, you can target both Noble Hierarchs. Now I've cut your mana pretty good. And also make some knucklehead zombies. And I think that's what Ross is thinking about this turn. You know, this one of Field of the Dead, we've seen it in the deck list, Haven't really seen it actually matter just yet, but I think we're about to.
Yeah, I've seen it in a couple lists this weekend, and I have yet to see it come up. To me, it just felt like, oh, it's low opportunity cost and, whatever. Sometimes the game grinds down. Really haven't seen it be a combo kill here because usually Valakut is just so much faster and efficient at that.
Yep.
But Merriam doesn't have access to that right now.
All right, Ross is trying to figure out exactly what he's going to do here. 3, 4. So I don't think we're going to see any Valakut triggers.
No, because he's got the Field of the Dead and the Valakut.
Correct.
It leaves him with only 5 mountains by my count. So
yes, but that means subsequent mountains do a nice job pulling up stuff, or future scape shift. So zombie time, quite a few. That's looks like 7 2/2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 6 2/2s. Maybe this is good enough to get it done?
Possible.
Because now Lattice is nowhere near as good. I mean, Lattice is obviously good, like no spells, duh.
But Merriam has enough on the battlefield to
you gotta
play.
beat this.
Yeah, you got to be able to beat this.
So this is going to be sacrificed, fall down to 17. There's a Plains.
Well, Lattice also isn't that great, right? Because Merriam just has the option of attacking the Karn.
Also true.
And then the Lattice is nothing.
Absolutely.
This is Displacer here is quite good, though.
But for how long? Because, again, Merriam's, he has the ability to cast things. And he has the ability to find more lands and start bulldozing things with Valakut.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think actually matters here. He's got 5 mountains on the battlefield. And so if he plays some sort of mountain here, it's just, okay, I'll kill your Displacer, or I'll kill Noble Hierarchs, or I'll kill Karn. Oh boy. Oh boy. Summoner's packed for Titan. So now he's going to play a Titan. Looks like he's going to go get a Valakut and something else here. Now, of course, he wants to make sure he's got plenty of green mana. And he's going to go shoot your Karn, shoot your Displacer. Displacer's going to take care of a zombie. Here come the Knucklehead zombies here from Ross. He does get zombies because of the lands in the battlefield, and he says, I'm going to attack here from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 is 12. And Alley Warfield is protected against Scape Shift and Valakut triggers, but these zombies look like they might be getting the job done here. And now the mountain comes in from the path, and that is going to do it. Ross Merriam's going to win game number 1 here over Allison Warfield.
I wonder if there was some, from Warfield's perspective, of going for the Lattice straight away, was concerned about losing the Karn to Valakut triggers and then breaking out that way. So the lattice, the empty battlefield Lattice there, not a lock against Merriam the same way.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, neither Lattice nor Witchbane nor made much of a difference. Maybe liquid metal coating is the card you're supposed to go get.
I think one of those times we were supposed to liquid metal coating and start a little stone rain action,
right?
Plussing the Karn. Maybe if you're able to work in the Sword of Feast and Famine hits, now you're doing a little bit of column A and column B.
Yeah,
really constricting the resources.
Once you cut off Merriam's ability to play multiple lands in a turn, he's inevitably going to get buried by the repeating Stone Rain. So it's interesting. There's a lot of different lines you can take with the Karn there. None of them are locked to win the game, but if none of them are locked to win the game, I think getting Stone Rain on repeats a pretty good plan.
Yeah. Well, these players going to get to work here for game number 2 momentarily. I do want to get my eyes on their sideboard here, especially Alley Warfield, who's going to be on the play here for game number 2 with this Selesnya Eldrazi deck that's a little popular here this weekend in her hands. Ryan Overturf did a deck tech with Alley Warfield, and Alley's having a great tournament at 10-2. So, for Selesnya Eldrazi in the sideboard, there's a Batterskull, there's 3 Dampening Spheres, there's an Ensnaring Bridge, there's 2 Grafdigger's Cages, Liquid Metal Coating, and the Mycosynth Lattice, of course, Sorcerer's Spyglass, Tormod's Crypt, Witchbane Orb, which we saw already, can be quite good in some spots, Walking Ballista, and 2 Dismembers.
Same 60.
There he is.
Same 60.
There's the guy.
Not into any of it.
Not a lot of hate here for Titan Shift.
Maybe another, I don't know, maybe another Batterskull.
No time to search for it?
No, the sideboarded Batter Skull.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You bring that one in because you're not going to have time to search for it with Karn and casting.
Right.
Like that, you're going to be searching for other things. So,
but
I don't hate that. I'm not sure what you bring out, but I don't hate that.
I think Ross might be having some same 60 of his own over here.
What do we got there, bud?
3 Damping Sphere, 2 Obstinate Battle, 2 Force of Vigor, 2 Veil of Summer, 1 Collector Oof, 1 Reclamation Sage, 1 Tireless Tracker, 1 Beast Within, 1 Fry, 1 Anger of the Gods. I think the Tireless Tracker, Reclamation Sage, Beast Within, a couple removal spells that line up the right way.
Yeah, because I think you can safely board these bolts out. I think they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
They do kill Displacer, Noble Hierarch, and Stoneforge Mystic, so maybe not. Your bolts might actually be okay. Maybe you trim a little bit. I don't know about this Acid Moss, though, but I know you wouldn't board the Acid Moss out.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, here's a Talisman. We're going to head back over to Merriam. He'll play a snow-covered mountain in addition to that Stomping Ground. And now there's an Explorer. Nick Miller rolling in with some in and out. He gets it. Cinderglade. Back over to Alley Warfield. A waste and a Thought-Knot Seer.
Warfield's deck, both multicolored and needs specifically colorless mana to be able to do certain things.
Yeah.
My point is, one of those lands is going to be good. There's going to be one high leverage Acid Moss target at all times. At all times.
Sure. Thought-Knot Seer takes the Beast Within. We're going to head back over to Merriam. Merriam does have a copy of Obstinate and Baloth in hand that he could deploy. Snow-covered Forest. There's the Baloth. He'll slide up to 24. We'll head back over to Alley Warfield now. She has drawn a Brushland. That's a Plains. This is a Stoneforge Mystic. Which equipment will it be? It'll be Sword of Feast and Famine. We'll head back over to Ross Merriam. The sword will be deployed. Is it risky deploying the sword now? We'll have to find out. It's probably okay. Ross will draw. No fear of a Titan this turn if you're Alley. No fear of Escape Shift either, so you just continue to play on. This Obstinate Bailiff might just be forced to attack now. There's a Verdant Catacombs. Here is a Search for Tomorrow. Ross will get a normal mountain because he's already got the snow-covered one. This also diversifies the lands he has for Field of the Dead, which came up in game number 1. A snow-covered forest, a mountain, a snow-covered mountain, a Cinderglade, a Stomping Ground, and a Verdant Catacombs of 6 different land types. If you've been playing Standard Escape Shift, you know how important these different land types are. The follow-up is a Sakura Tribe Elder, and we're heading back over to Alley Warfield, who has a Batter Skull in hand, among other options.
And the attacking with the battle there giveaway that Ross has no answer to the sword.
Ancient Stirrings shows you a Karn, shows you a Thought-Knot Seer. Gonna equip. Gonna give some beatdowns. Gonna untap a couple of lands. There's a land for the turn. Rearrange a little bit. Now there's a Thought-Knot Seer. Wooded Foothills is left over. Well, here's what we know, folks. Top deck Escape Shift is lethal. And a Primetime wouldn't be so bad either, which means that Summoner's Pact probably wouldn't be so bad either. Merriam's going to sacrifice that Verdant Catacombs.
I think I would have preferred for Warfield there to move the sword onto the untapped Thought-Knot Seer when that was all said and done.
Well, I do think that Warfield has another equipment to put onto the battlefield. There's a Batter Skull in hand, so it can activate Stoneforge.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right. If you're going to do it that way, then yeah, that's fine. I was going to say, because taking another shot here from the battle off, it's not great, but if she actually wants that attack because of the Batter Skull, then cool.
Ross, I think, just drew a Summoner's Pact. I think.
Your round 4 pairings have been posted.
He did. Skill game.
Yeah.
As it were. Mountain check, I've got 5. I got a feeling 2 Valakuts are on the way. Yeah. Keep in mind, Ross hasn't played a land yet. There we go. Haumph. Activate. B-Skull. Trigger. Germ Token. Prime time doing prime time things. Timely top deck there for Merriam.
Modern Open as time.
There's a germ token.
Modern Open. Time is up in the round.
Ross thinking about sacrificing Wooded Foothills. A little unsure of himself right now. He can deal 12 to Warfield if he wanted to. But it looks like the Baloth will trade with the Batterskull. And the ability to maybe kill Thought-Knot Seers is attractive.
Yeah, gas up. The extra draw step, so many of your cards are so powerful from here.
Looks like she'd like to equip Batterskull to Thought-Knot Seer. But
Yeah.
Ross is going to have a response.
Once Warfield's willing to commit the whole turn, then I think to equipping the Batterskull, then you make the move and get rid of something. But
Shelter Thicket, which is a mountain, will be found via the Wooded Foothills. Thought-Knot Seer dies. Merriam draws a card from the trigger. Merriam has the biggest counter on top of his deck there's ever been to make sure that he pays for the pact. That Thought-Knot Seer with Sword of Feast and Famine will also die to Valakut triggers. Merriam will draw another card, and there's the counter on top of the deck again. Merriam's going to have to pay green, and 2, which he remembers to do. He'll draw a card. It's prime time, baby. Here it comes. Path Exile says absolutely not.
yeah, but another mountain on its way.
2 triggers from Valakuts. That's Escape Shift. And that's going to do it. Ross Merriam going to win this game and match here over Allison Warfield. 2-0. Titan Shift going to take care of Selesnya Eldrazi.